Hey guys, welcome back to the Critterverse. Today we are going to be making, we being the collective entity of me, I'm going to be making a tray. And since today is International Women's Day, I'm going to be making something purple because that is the color of International Women's Day. So I'm just getting some bubbles blown off here out of my resin, and I've got the Let's Resin Fast Cure because it is nice and thick, and since I'm going to be doing a 3D bloom, I want it a little bit thicker than my normal resin. So just got my standard generic Trinket tray here, and I'm just going to be pouring my resin in and let it settle for a little bit. And then we'll pick our colors. Oof, I forget how thick this stuff is. This is like thick, like 3 C's, a couple of K's, and a Q. And I do have to apologize if I am sniffling a lot or if I sound weird. I am apparently sick, so I'm going to nick some clear from what I'm going to be using for my white, just because I wanted a little bit more and I gave myself a little bit too much for the white. So get that all moved around and get that settling. So for my purples, I'm going to be using all Cheap Art brand alcohol inks. I have violet, I have purple. Let's do some hot pink and purplish red. That sounds good. And what I do with it, there it is. With my little torchy torch. Go around some of those surface bubbles, and then I'm going to just run around the edge with my stick. My precision debubbling tool. This is my very well loved coffee stir, paddle pop stick, popsicle stick, whatever you want to call it. It's my precision resin persuasion tool. All right. All right, so I'm going to be doing something a little different today. Different pattern, not just in the middle or, you know, whatever. I'm going to be going around the sides. Let's do some red here. This is technically colored hot pink, but it looks red. So do some purplish red here. Have to remember to shape these up. And then violet. That looks nice. I like that. Okay. So now for me white, just got a little tiny cup of white. 1, 2, 3 drops of white resin pigment. And there we go. Since I have just such a tiny bit of resin, I'm only doing 1 drop of Lumelite white. And stir this up. Yeah, that's a good color, nice and white. How do I want to do my petals? Do I want to do dashes again? Yeah, I think I do. So I'm just going to go in. I'm just going to put my stick in, get a lot of it off, and just go in and just put my dashes around. The edges first. All right, where else do I need some? All right. So now that that's done, clean up my mess a little bit. Yeah. All right. And clean off my stick. And I go get some bubbles off of here. And then we'll come back in just a little while and see how it's going. See you soon. Okie doke. So this bottom part has cured up. So now we're going to put on the bottom coat, top coat, or whatever you want to call it. And I have about an ounce or so of lavender mica powder mixed up in here. So I am just going to pour this in the middle. I love this lavender. Okay. And then we have about an ounce of clear. So I'm just going to pour that in the middle of the lavender. It's kind of cold in here this morning. It's about 30 some odd degrees outside, and they're expecting more snow. Yay! So once this has a chance to settle and move around, I will be turning on the heat mat. But for now, I'm just going to let it do its thing because I want it to move as much as it needs to move before I introduce too much heat. So here we go. And that's just going to spread along to the edges. And I will chase some bubbles with my tiny torch and maybe some alcohol, depending on how easily the bubbles come up. And then I will see you guys for the demold. See you soon. All right, guys, it is time to demold, and I'm sorry for the weird thing here in the background, but apparently I am making the world's largest silicone mold. It's huge. At least for me, it's the biggest one I've ever made. It's a bunny. So at any rate, let's get this tray out, shall we? And see what we've got. Oh, how sweet. I love it. It's turned out just beautiful. It's got those lovely, very wispy petals, and the red in the middle has just made a beautiful little almost rose. Yes, lovely. And I like the background as well. It's just wonderful. So there it is. So, happy International Women's Day. I hope you like it. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time. Take care, guys. Cheers.